All right, now we're going to move to page 2 of the assessment form. We gathered all the information that we need from the sample assessment. So we're going to then complete the math. So recall that the ideal body weight Hamwine method for males, we're getting 106 pounds for the first 5 feet or 60 inches, and then 6 pounds for every inch over 5 feet. So he is 71 inches. So we get 106 pounds for the 60 inches, and then he's 11 inches over 60 inches. So we take that 11 and multiply that by 6. Add that to our 106 pounds, and we get an ideal body weight of 172 pounds. The next formula we're using is percent ideal body weight, where we're taking their current body weight of 206, dividing it by the ideal body weight that we just figured out up here, and multiplying by 100 to get 120% of ideal body weight. The next calculation is percent usual body weight. We take current body weight of 206 divided by the usual body weight of 215. Remember, we got that from the sample case here, usual body weight of 215. Multiply that by 100, and we get that he is 96% of his usual body weight. Then we move up here to complete the BMI, and this is important because we need this information to determine which BEE calculation that we're using or formula we're using. Are we using the Harris-Benedict if they're in the normal BMI class, or are we using the Mifflin-St. Jeor if they're overweight or obese? So we're going to convert his weight from pounds to kilograms, and I got 93.6 when I divided his weight in pounds by 2.2. And then we're going to convert his height in inches to height in centimeters. So I'm going to take 71 times 2.54 to get height in centimeters, and that gives me 180.3. You'll want to save this information because you'll need it down here to complete the BEE. But remember, we need to get to meters because our formula for a BMI is weight in kilograms divided by height in meters squared. So to get from centimeters to meters, we just bump that decimal point over 2 spots. So we get 1.8 meters. We're going to square that, and that gives us 3.2. So 93.6 kilograms divided by 3.2 gives us a BMI of 29.525, which puts us in the overweight category. Percent weight change, that's going to be his usual body weight of 215 minus 206. We'll take that sum and divide it by 215 times 100 to get 4.18% weight change. Now remember, in your PowerPoint slides and in Chapter 7, we had that assessment of weight change where we could look to determine if someone had a significant or severe weight change. That's only possible to figure out if we have a timeline. And because we don't know if his usual body weight of 215 was a week ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, we can't make that assessment. So we're going to put NA here. Then finally, we move down to the BEE calculations. And you can see here I highlighted the Mifflin-St. Jeor and I highlighted the male so that I'm certain that I'm using the correct formula when I'm figuring out his BEE. So I just plugged in the information that I had from above. I have his weight in kilograms here. I have his height in centimeters here, and I have his age here, and then I just follow the formula. So these numbers right here, that's the sum of what I completed here. So I took 935 plus 1,126 minus 285. Make sure you minus and not add there, and then plus 5. BEE is 1781. Then I take an activity factor of 1.4 because it said in our practice assessment that he was getting physical therapy. And then I take an injury factor of 1.2 because he is having major surgery. You'll see here that there isn't a injury factor for hip surgery in particular, but I would classify that as pretty major, so I use the 1.2. That gives him a total calorie need of 2,992 calories per day. Protein needs, I'm going to take his weight in kilograms, and then I did a mild here. Just because I don't think he's in the normal category. He's ill, he's in our facility, he just had surgery. So I'm just going to bump him up slightly here. So I took his weight in kilograms times 1.1, and I get 103 grams per day. And then finally, fluid needs, I